Nigeria's central bank has sprung into action to quickly denounce a fake circular on social media. The Central Bank of Nigeria has urged the public to disregard, there it is, this fake circular trending on social media that suggests it has ordered commercial banks to convert domiciliary accounts holding foreign currencies into naira. The Central Bank of Nigeria addressed the fake circular in a press release. A spokesman of CBN, Mr. Osita Wanisobi, in a statement said that the circular in circulation with a fake CBN logo dated September the 13th, purportedly issued by its Trade and Exchange Department, was nothing but an issue of lies. According to him, there was no truth in that circular, which purportedly directs deposit money banks, international money transfer operators, and members of the public about converting domiciliary account holdings into naira. Nigerian banks involved in foreign exchange malpractices could lose their FX operating license. Central Bank of Nigeria stated this in a letter to banks. The letter was titled Observance of Due Diligence in the Processing of Foreign Exchange Transactions. The CBN reminded banks of their responsibility to not only ensure Know Your Customer standards are updated, KYC, but also Know Your Customer business standards as well, KYCB. The naira continues to depreciate at the parallel market. The exchange rate between the naira and the US dollar opened on Monday, September 13th at 412 to the dollar at the official investors and exporters window. On the parallel market, however, the naira opened at 545, as indicated on the website of OKFX, which tracks the parallel market rate. The question is, what is driving the depreciation on the parallel market? Is it demand or speculation? Joining us to help us answer that question, Arise business analyst Chika Unbono. Chika, it's so good to have you in the studio again.
Thank God.
Welcome back, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Very fine, very fine. As usual, I'm giving you the top questions to answer.
Let's start from FX.
Let's start from please.
I mean, you know how we like doing it here. Let me look at it holistically. Let me look at the sources and then the demand for FX.
Yes.
Where do we get our sources from FX? 1.2 million barrels a day. As at now, $72 per barrel. And if you recall at the time, this was 2.2 million barrels a day.
Yes.
So you can see that it's very paltry, it's fallen. The other major source of FX is our diaspora remittances.
Yes.
From reports we've read, this fallen by about 25%, arising from the world macroeconomic issues, COVID, and so on and so forth. Now, one of that source could have been, things like Eurobond. Yes. And we just heard now that may come in October.
Yes.
So you find that sources have been limited. But our appetite has continued. For FX has continued.
Yes.
As if nothing happened. Look at, let's start from, the number one consumer of foreign exchange, which is petroleum importation. We have, as a country, decided that we cannot move the price up. And the price is staying at 162 naira per liter.
Yes.
Whereas the landed cost of that is almost 300 naira, 350 naira. And so we're wasting foreign exchange in that respect. We're not recovering the foreign exchange in that respect. And in the morning, he talked about the amount of money that goes out through education,
yes,
through and health, people going to abroad for their health checks, and so on and so forth. So you will find that the supply for foreign exchange is limited. Now, what was happening before? Why is there so much confusion here? Now, CBN has said this, that the manufacturing companies will meet your needs through the IE window.
Yes.
Will supply. Now, so that keeps the retail. Now, let's dimension the retail. Retail means school fees.
Yes.
So the CBN said, the school fees go there to your bank with your document. Basically, use admission letter of your kids and stuff like that. Who pay your school fees at CBN rates. Something I may add here for some parents didn't know that. Yep. Also is that their living expenses are also included. Reasonable living expenses are included. So you can't pay school fees and go to the black market to go and look for money to support your children. So as you apply for the school fees, apply for the living expenses for your children and along for that. So CBN has said they will meet that. Medical expenses, bring the bills from the hospitals abroad where you go. CBN said they're going to meet. And vacation, they're going to give you your BTA and PTA. And so that's why CBN is saying that if we cover all those, then which other demand is out there. Right. So of course we're real here. We're very real here. So we're not talk crap. There are issues there. The first thing is that the BTA $5,000. A lot of people may want to travel more than that.
Right.
So what do? They have to look for how to get the dollars.
Right.
Are you with me? Now, some people want to hold dollar assets. Dollar assets. They don't want to hold naira. So if you look at the items listed that qualify for CBN dollar, they're not there. You know, they're comfortable with naira.
Right.
They want to hold dollars. They want to buy bonds. They want to do things in shares in dollars. So what do? They're going to go to that market.
Right.
You know, there are also people who, you know, have gotten their naira in funny ways. You know,
yes.
And so usually these days the naira is too bulky, so they prefer those payments in dollars.
Right.
So they go to that market too. So CBN is saying that every bona fide demand you have will meet that demand. So those who go to this other market, as I mentioned it for you now,
yes,
are those who whose demands don't qualify for those.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But you see, look at someone say, let's run back to maybe this is happening because the Bureau de Change people were shut down.
Right.
Do recall what was happening? CBN was subsidizing dollar. Provide the 5,500 BDC members every week $20,000 each at, let's say, 400 naira per dollar. With the law, with the assumption that they'll go out there and pass on that subsidy to Nigerians, sell it at add 4 naira and sell it.
Right.
But what do? They rush immediately to the black market.
Right.
And sell it at 100 naira on top. So each week, individuals in APCON were making almost 10 billion naira, you know, no work done.
Sweet profit.
APCON people can't defend it. They know that that's the reality. It's something that's happening in fuel importation. They say we're consuming about 100 million liters a month.
Right.
And so once we use our scarce dollars to bring them in here, the next day, the tankers are moving to Benin Republic to sell it at 400 naira, 500 naira per liter. Individuals are profiting from the subsidy. And that's why I said subsidy really has to go. So CBN has said banks now must, dispense the FX. But you see, when I tell you the money is sweet,
yes,
and I use that slang in this program, the money is sweet.
Of course. Because
look at it this way now. That 100 naira margin is still, I think it's even more than that now.
Right.
So the temptation is that somebody want to look left, look right, look left, look right. And so, let me just take this dollar from this end. And once I cross this other side, I'll make this amount immediately.
Right.
And it's cheap money. So people are tempted to do that. But you see, just like when the Bureau de Change were doing it, there were syndicates who were doing it. There were syndicates between the Bureau de Change people and the travel agencies who are producing tickets.
Yes.
And so people would just do those things, go and generate documents and then get a dollar from CBN or the banks now, as the case may be.
Yeah.
And then the next day they cancel the flight and go to walk across to the black market and change the money.
Sell the dollars.
Because the money is sweet. And so that's what's happening. But see, these things are very simple. Everybody has a BVN now. That's why the CBN said banks know their customers, know their businesses also. So how is it that Rotus, every week you're getting $5,000 this thing?
Yes.
Or you get this week, your son gets it next week, your wife, you're not married, your wife gets next week, and so on and so forth.
Yes.
The BVNs must what? Show that.
Must be showing, yes.
Must be showing. So anybody who's diligent to really monitor this will do that.
Catch all these
things.
Yeah.
And so, as I've advised central bank people, I said, you need to share example. It's not just we'll deal with it. These things are happening.
So
get somebody and make an example, so that we know that you guys are serious.
Right.
And so, the fake circular, I'm not surprised because the money is sweet.
So somebody
wants to cause confusion in the FX. Some groups want to cause confusion in the FX market.
Yeah.
Put pressure on CBN to say, okay, yes, it's because of the fact that APCON people were stopped from this, and so let's go back to that.
Right.
So that they start making their 10 billion every week. Yeah. I mean, so those are the fundamental issues.
Thank you so
much.
much.
But I know CBN must show example. Not just back, but bite.
Right.
The banks must, publish this, because the BVNs expose anybody now. I had an issue one time, and when I went somewhere, they just showed me all my bank accounts everywhere. Because with your BVN, you can know what's happening there. So anybody who's diligent will be able to do that.
Fantastic. Just a couple minutes to go. I just quickly want to get your thoughts on the PWC.
You see, the issue with the PIA What that report is saying, the PIA was so hydrocarbon based. Okay, for our viewers, basically the world is moving to cleaner energy.
Yes.
Clean energy, like gas, nitrogen, hydrogen, solar, wind. Away from fossil fuels, because people are trying to live cleaner lives now. And so that, most of the funds now are all focused towards an energy source that worldwide is declining.
Okay.
For example, British Petroleum has said that they will not make any investment in any new countries on hydrocarbon again.
Right.
Going forward.
Okay.
And then you find that countries also are saying they want to be carbon zero. And these are the people who buy our petroleum products.
So that's why PwC.
That's PwC saying it. And instead of putting all the money into petroleum, talk about also future energy like gas, more gas, and wind, solar, and those kind of energy, renewable energy. That's what PwC is saying.
Chika, it's good to have you back. Arise business analyst Chika Mbono, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks a lot.